What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. So today is Monday. Hope you're having an awesome day. Hope you had an awesome weekend, by the way. Thank you for coming back to the channel. It is a little bit of a rough Monday. We're seeing a lot of red, especially in the altcoins. Ethereum seems to be doing all right, but that's okay because today is Monday. You guys know every Monday we give away the Ledger Nano S. All you have to do to win is just comment on any video throughout the week, and we always do a random drawing. That's at the end of the video. Also, friendly reminder, if you ever want to just skip to any point of the video, I do have timestamps below, so if there's anything you just kind of want to skip past or a certain thing you're interested in, you can just jump right to it, okay? Just want to let you guys know. And yeah, also, friendly reminder, if you're going to New York Blockchain Week, I do have $100 off your ticket if you'd like to go to Consensus. Now, having a look at what's going on with the market, the interesting thing is, even though we're seeing all this red, we actually jumped up $1 billion since I woke up this morning. We were around 180. Now we're around 181. So what's going on here? Most things are in red. It actually seems like Ethereum is doing quite well today. Ethereum's actually up 0.95%. And actually, if you switch it to the Bitcoin comparative, you see that it's actually up 2.27%. So Ethereum's actually having a pretty good day. Granted that Bitcoin is trying to drag it down, but it's actually faring quite well against it. As you can see, most of these other coins, though, are in the red today. We do have some in the green. Bitcoin dominance is at 55.7%, down 0.1% since yesterday. We do have a $5,700 Bitcoin. If we have a look, we do have some gainers today. We have Loopring up 7%, Chainlink, Loom Network, Theta, Eternity, Knowles, Aurora, Tron, and Engine, all just kind of scraping by with very low percentages. Zilliqa, ARC, very low 1% gains today. So nothing really too crazy or massive in the markets really for any of the coins. Kind of a lackluster Monday, to be quite honest with you, moving forward. Like Jacob Canfield said, though, he said, Bitcoin has killed off more of my favorite alts than the Game of Thrones writers have killed off characters. Gotta love Jacob, man. If you don't know Jacob, he's a very, very good trader. He actually runs Signal Profits. He doesn't really do YouTube anymore as much, but I'd actually love to have him on the channel. If you guys want, let me know. Drop a comment, and we'll see if we can get Jacob on the channel. Very, very good. He would be a really good individual to get on for perspective. Talk about the markets and stuff like that. There's so many people out there that are way, way, way smarter than this guy. You know what I'm saying, guys? So, the one thing though that I wanted to point out. CoinMarketCap finally basically took everyone's advice, and look what they finally did. Because, the crazy premium that Bitcoin is trading on Bitfinex, you can see right here, they've actually started, which means that they are now excluding Bitfinex from the overall market cap. You can see right down here, that stands for price excluded. So Bitfinex will no longer be used in calculating the overall global market cap for Bitcoin on CoinMarketCap. So there you go. Bitcoin dominance back up again? Interesting. So having a look at what is going on over here. So here's the interesting thing, okay? We were pointing out yesterday that had we not had that tether FUD right here, because don't forget, right here is when we had that tether FUD and we dropped out of this sort of wedge that we were forming, it does make you wonder, should this line not even be here? You know what I'm saying? Like, we should have probably just stayed here and kept following this, right? Because as you could tell, we clearly had no problem getting right back up onto that trend. So that's something to keep an eye on. That's actually very positive news, okay? It's positive that we do keep putting in these higher highs and we do keep putting in these higher lows, with the exception of this little tiny area where we had the tether FUD, right? We have noticed volume dropping off, and I am keeping my eyes on this level, this moment right here, right around. It depends on what chart you're looking at, but it's sort of mid-May, like May 15th, 16th, 17th. It looks like we could have a potentially big move right there. As you can see, this is sort of the line that we had when we were forming this wedge right here, had we not had that sort of tether FUD, right? But we did have the tether FUD, so obviously that affected the charts. So I do think that once we get to this point, not only are we actually going to hit this critical $5,850 level, but we're also getting to the end of that wedge. A lot of people are saying we're probably going to drop out down back to the bottom again. Even yesterday when we were looking at that chart, that really strange sort of pattern that we shouldn't really be having in a quote-unquote bear market, right? Then we could potentially break to the downside and touch some of these lower lows. However, if we do, and I'm just saying, if we do break above this $6,400 level, which, as you know, was sort of the average of where we were sort of bottoming out, wow. I mean, then you're just talking explosive. So, but we're going to have a lot of struggle, getting up through these next 2 points. So that's something that we do have to keep in mind. But the one thing that I want to pick up, is this chart right here, the Bitcoin network momentum. Now, all these charts are over on Woodbull charts. Anyone can access them. I'm a fan of these. These are by Willy Woo. You guys know I respect the guy. And as you can see right here, this basically talks about the Bitcoin network momentum. And the interesting thing is these two patterns right here. Now, I'm not taking credit for this once again. I got to give credit where credit is due. This is actually from Josh Rager. I do follow him on Twitter, and he says that this Bitcoin fractal chart shows unbelievably similar patterns. So he actually goes in to explain that the chart visualizes the Bitcoin capital flows passing on-chain, for example, investment activity. Estimates are from Coinmetrics, new data, and you can see right here, he says one would have to flip bullish 100% if the momentum continues. So can you see right here what he's pointing out? Look at the similarities between these, okay? You have this peak, then you have this drop off, then a lower drop off, right? And then he says right here, you have your capitulation. And although I would argue that between 3 and 4, I don't think this looks exactly the same, but keep in mind these are fractals. That would put us right here, which showed the next movement was, an increased amount of network momentum. And as you guys know, that was the beginning of this massive, the yellow line is Bitcoin, this massive, massive bull run. Okay? So, it's very possible. And as we can see right here, it does look very similar. So if in fact we are right here, well, you guys know, okay? And yeah, it's tough because you want to be bearish, Part of me says we have to have another sell-off. There has to be another shakeout, right? But, the trend is your friend. And currently right now we are going up, guys. And, we've been maintaining this all the way since April 2nd. We all thought it was an April, unless this is just the longest running April Fool's joke of all time. But other than that, yeah, it's definitely interesting. Now, I'm going to get to this chart in a second, but I wanted to talk about something else first. So there's a lot of people out there that are becoming just completely anti-altcoins. And I think on my channel, you guys may be feeling that from me as well. I just want to let everybody out there know, I'm not a Bitcoin maximalist by any means. I do believe in a lot of different altcoins. There's many of them that I think have great potential. And there's some that I'm pretty much I should never say guarantee, but I would think are going to be around for quite some time, right? We're going to get into that in just a second. But one venture capital group, the Heisenberg Capital Group, led by anti-establishment proponents and very early cryptocurrency adopters, you might be familiar with Max Kaiser, Stacy Herbert, says that the Bitcoin dominance may continue to grow. And we've already seen it grow from around 33% to 55.8% today, right? You can see right here, they said, we see the market rejecting everything except Bitcoin. This has been our dominant investment thesis since 2011. We're doubling down on Bitcoin maximalism with new capital as Bitcoin climbs towards our 2011 target of $100,000. We believe everything except Bitcoin will die off. Now, do I agree with this? Partially, 50%. I do agree that Bitcoin is going to be hands down one of the best investments long term. However, I do disagree that all the altcoins are going to die off. Let me give you an example. Basic attention token. Have you seen the amount of people that have downloaded the Brave browser lately? Have you seen the amount of people that have been using the basic attention token? Even just getting it as a reward, just sending it over to an exchange, even if you just want to sell it, or to all of you, thank you so much. People that have been, donating to me, tipping me with Brave browser, basic attention tokens. You know what I mean? The fact that we have this sort of ecosystem between the publishers and the people that use the platform and the advertisers, that creates an ecosystem, that creates demand. So something like, for example, basic attention token, I don't see that dying out anytime soon, unless Brave browser goes under and people just decide they don't want to use it anymore, right? Or something better comes along. So I do disagree with this ultimate Bitcoin maximalism standpoint, but I do believe that a lot of them are going to have difficulty, okay? They say a majority of 2013's top 20 crypto assets have all but faded out of existence with new projects like Ethereum, Monero, and EOS outperforming those. Remember those older coins like Peercoin and Namecoin and Feathercoin and all those other ones, right? So they say while many new blockchain blockchain projects have more staying power than their predecessors, many commentators, like Blockstream's Samson Mao, are sure that history will rhyme eventually. A majority of industry participants see Bitcoin as a risk-on asset, which is interesting because Max Kaiser says that it's more similar to gold and traditional fiat as a risk-off asset. And he also explained that once the market at large acknowledges this fact, which has flown under the radar according to him, the world's first cryptocurrency, clearly Bitcoin, could surpass its all-time high. He says Bitcoin is the monetary black hole that will gobble up all fiat and rise to more than $100,000 doing it, but humans themselves may never see the day. Right? Now, we were talking about altcoins. I just want to get back to something. If you guys follow Scarface, he was talking about when Bitcoin does eventually cool off and take a breather, as he puts it, if it does correct, a few $100s, some of the altcoins are going to be generational entry opportunities. And he said some because many are just going to be massacred and never recover. And he says, what are you buying when it happens? Actually, I'm curious. What are you buying right now? Like, if Bitcoin does have a crazy sell-off and you have an opportunity to get into these altcoins, maybe at a really, really, really cheap discount, which ones are you guys looking to buy? Let me know. I'm curious. I'd like to know. But yeah, so pointing this out. Now, this is a very old chart. You may have seen this, and I'm talking old. This came out in November of 2016, so we can't really accurately say that this represents what's going on right now. I mean, clearly you've seen Binance Coin, BNB, absolutely tearing it. It's only down 10% from its all-time high, whereas you have coins like Bitcoin Gold down like 98, 99%, right? So he says, here's a plot of all the altcoins that have floated onto the markets that have achieved at least an average of a $250,000 market cap, which if you think about that now is so low compared to these projects. But anyway, so he says, I plotted them at the starting line from the first day of their market float to see how they performed against each other. So there's 118 altcoins. Here it is, okay? And this orange line here is Bitcoin, and this is the rest of the altcoins. So, long story short, none of them were able to keep the Bitcoin comparative. Eventually, they always lost it. Now, I know what you're saying. There's a lot of people out there that are going to say, yeah, but Bitcoin was one of the, technically worst performers of the 2017 bull run. I mean, when you look at it, you had coins like Icon, 100 plus X, went from 11 cents at ICO to I think all-time high of $12, right? So why would you want to hold Bitcoin? Well, Icon went from 11 cents all the way up to $12, and now I believe it's currently trading around 33 cents. So the point I'm trying to make is during the next bull run, there will be altcoins that are going to outperform Bitcoin. Absolutely, 100%. But if we do not take profits at the correct time and put it back into Bitcoin or even hold it in fiat, especially if we're going to go back into another bear trend, then what's the point? I mean, all you have is a bunch of bragging rights. Yeah, I held a token that went up 100x and I'm still holding it and now I'm only up 2x. You know what I mean? So yeah, you have to be smart with these things, right? He says, if anything, average altcoin performance is getting worse over time. I actually highlighted this because I thought it was funny. Though this is probably due to a lot of scams coming into the marketplace. Quite clearly, 2014 with 95 coins was the year of the ICO. Well, you just wait till 2017 rolls along, buddy. Wait, hold on. So what you're saying to me is that my boat pilot token has absolutely no chance of going to $1? Come on, man. Come on. It's only 0.003 cents. Come on, we could do it. $1 for boat token. Okay, seriously, all jokes aside, I know. Let's get back to the issues at hand, okay? Even though you may hear some complaints about Bitcoin, I get it. I understand, okay? I mean, we do have things like the Lightning Network, correct? But as you guys know, I mean, personally with the Lightning Network, I treat the Lightning Network the same way that I would with cash, right? Like I wouldn't put more in the Lightning Network than I would carry around cash in my wallet. But even so, if you were to just use the Bitcoin network as is, say you were sending $100,000 worth of Bitcoin, on average, it would cost you between $5 to $50. Now, I know what you're saying. K-Dub, we have XRP. We have Nano. Why would you do this? Okay, I get it. We'll talk about that argument another day. But even so, just comparing it to something like trying to send via PayPal abroad, you're talking a cost to send the same amount of money, the $100,000, could cost you potentially up to $1,500 to send the same amount through PayPal, okay? So, and this is also just ignoring other shortcomings, for example, delays or dealing with banks, bank holidays, or what time did you send it? You know what I mean? So those are all things that, cryptos in general solve. Bitcoin, of course, and yes, there are others doing it as well. And once again, I just got to point it out. I mean, I know it almost sounds like the Venezuela thing is almost like beating a dead horse here, but when you got people in the streets that are using their country's former bolivars, whatever, to create basically handbags made out of paper fiat to then sell that for more money than the actual fiat used to create those handbags, we got a problem, people. We have a problem. Now, if you want to get back on just the bullish stuff, we can talk about bullish stuff all day. In fact, Murad Mahmudav, he put out top 20 reasons why he thinks that if Bitcoin stays between 5,400 and 5,500, he's calling for a mega moon soon. And he would be quite bullish, so you guys can check this out. I'm not going to get into all of that right now, but obviously we know that the real reason we should be bullish currently is because cryptocurrencies were featured on this French TV game show. But the real question is, what the heck is Brad Garlinghouse doing on this show? I see you, Brad. Don't try to pretend like we don't know it's you. That's cheating. You're an insider. You already know the answers. So, come on, that doesn't look like Brad Garlinghouse. Okay. Anyway, the big news though, breaking news of the day. This is the real big breaking news. You're probably going to be seeing this all over, crypto, Twitter, YouTube, Reddit. So the breaking news is that Fidelity is reportedly rolling out their Bitcoin trading for institutional clients within the coming weeks. Now, there's no specific time frame given on this. Also note that it's cited from a source who wants to remain anonymous, so you gotta love these anonymous sources. But according to this, Fidelity's cryptocurrency-focused spinoff, Fidelity Digital Assets, would be adding to the existing range of services. So now the trading side will go live for Fidelity users in as little as several weeks. What is several? I don't know, 4 to 5 maybe, according to the source, and will primarily target large volume traders like other OTC offerings. We currently have a select set of clients we're supporting on our platform, according to spokeswoman Arlene Roberts. She said, we will continue to roll out our services over the coming weeks and months based on our clients' needs, jurisdictions, and other factors. Currently, our services offered is focused on Bitcoin. This is massive news. Very excited for this. I'm not downplaying it. I just know that you're probably going to be hearing about it on all the other channels today. So, without overdoing it, that's really good news. We also have regulators ready to approve Ethereum futures, according to a CFTC insider. Another insider, right? But in turn, it could reassure retail traders looking at the cryptocurrency and create more validity for Ethereum. However, I'm not personally a super fan of futures. We know what happened when futures came out. Oh, I don't know, conveniently at the all-time high. Some people think that futures had something to do with the Bitcoin, the start of the Bitcoin bear. Could be. A lot of different factors. Now, here's an interesting story. Usually I would save this till later in the video, but I know some of you don't stay to the end of the video. So I wanted to tell you now because I thought this was pretty cool and it's something we could all relate to. So you have food and beverage giant PepsiCo. I'm sure you're very familiar with Pepsi. They've conducted a blockchain trial that brought a 28% boost in supply chain efficiency. So what's so cool about this, right? Yeah, a lot of guys are getting into blockchain. Well, PepsiCo's project partner and media agency Mindshare announced the news Monday, saying that it assisted in the trial, which carried out a pragmatic end-to-end supply chain reconciliation using, are you guys ready? Zilliqa. Can you believe that? They used Zilliqa. That's so crazy, right? You would think like, oh, they're just going to use Ethereum. They used Zilliqa. That's why I thought it was cool. So they say the effort compared to control budget with one for the test to gauge the effectiveness of the technology. Obviously, Zilliqa smart contracts were further used to automate the programmatic supply chain, and they say that the results indicated efficiency increase in terms of cost for viewable impressions in running the campaign through smart contracts versus one without. You also had the director of consumer over there said the results are encouraging and we plan to run a few more campaigns under different conditions to verify more hypotheses and measure overall impact. So Pepsi's using Zilliqa. How is that not bullish? Or they're trying it out at least. I think that's pretty good news. Now, you guys want to talk about one coin that some people are getting really pumped about? I'm not telling you to go out and buy it. I personally don't own any, full transparency. But according to a cryptocurrency analyst, Taipei Style, he says, this is his words, IOTA, yes, IOTA, has a potential chance to surge 18,333% to $55. That's insane. Why does he think this? Well, He says if IOTA would be responsible for just 1% of the Internet of Things spend, that would mean a market capitalization of 15 billion. With a participation of 10%, this value would already be 150 billion. That's how you get a $55 IOTA. They do want to note that the last cryptocurrency market bull run, IOTA actually reached an all-time high of $5.25. So we'd roughly only have to just slightly over 10x that, and there you go. So it's a possibility. Anybody out there a fan of IOTA? I mean, I like IOTA. They're one of those projects. They're just real. They just like keep their head down. They just work. They're not flashy. They just work, man. They just implement, and you gotta respect it. So also, quick coin news: Bancor says 140 plus tokens have now been added to the Bancor network, creating 10,000 plus possible token pairs across EOS and Ethereum. Now that is good news. That is stuff that we need. Liquidity, right? Speaking of exchanges and liquidity, Crypto Rothbard points out, why doesn't Binance have SegWit integrated yet? Why are they still working off the old legacy addresses? That's a good point. A lot of people are pretty negative. They say, why would you assume CZ cares about the Bitcoin ecosystem? He cares about lining his pockets. Find a financial incentive for him to do it, and it's done. Could be, guys. You would think at this point they would do it. I mean, even Coinbase got around to doing it. So I would think Binance should be doing that pretty soon, but we'll see. Also, side note, Bitcoin Lightning comes to Apple smartwatches. There you go. So we have Blue Wallet now putting an app out for for the Apple smartwatches. Now, I have a question though. Does anybody out there use Blue Wallet? I do. I have a question. Either I have no idea how to use the app properly, or why can you not enter the amount in dollars or fiat? It drives me nuts. You can only enter the amount in Satoshis, which makes sense. I get it. But also, like, when you're a United States citizen or just any citizen, when I go to the grocery store, things aren't priced in Satoshis. They're priced in dollars, right? And trust me, I'm like a huge Bitcoin advocate, but for me, I don't want to have to sit there and keep like guessing how, trying all these different numbers until I hit the exact number. It would be a lot easier if I could just put in the actual dollar amount and have it converted into Satoshis like basically every other wallet I've ever used. So either I don't know what I'm doing and tell me that I'm wrong, or tell me that I'm right and that you also use this and you think this is a problem, and we should definitely talk to these guys and have them change that. So let me know. I could be wrong, but I haven't figured out a way to do it. Also, side note, no one going to mention the fact that apparently this guy has over $3 billion on his Lightning account? Maybe it's not dollars though. Maybe it's like Hong Kong dollars or something like that. But it's a lot of money to be keeping on your Lightning wallet. Anyway, one of the oldest surviving Bitcoin faucets in the world has now confirmed. Are you guys ready for this? They are going to be giving away, that's right, a Lambo, the iconic luxury car of cryptocurrency. Although lately I think people are getting pretty excited about Teslas, but it used to be Lambos, right? So basically they say that the winner will be determined by a provably fair via cryptographic hash results, lottery drawings in 6 months' time on Halloween, October 31st of this year. And if you don't want the car, you can just take $200,000 worth of Bitcoin in lieu of the prize. So there you guys go. Also, more crazy news. Switzerland's top stock exchange, SIX, could issue a token to meet its goal of digitalizing traditional assets, according to its head of securities and exchange. So they're planning the digital exchange will go live with a new token. And now here's a new one. Initial digital offering, an IDO. Now they're saying that this would be very similar to the standards of an IPO, okay? So we got IPOs, we got ICOs, IDOs, STOs, IEOs, EIEIO, Old MacDonald had a farm. All right, so by 2021, Zeeb expects the in-development 6 digital, whatever. Yeah, they'll be tokenizing. So, okay, they're all getting involved. Everybody's getting involved in crypto, guys. The institutions are coming in. Also, are you guys surprised that this not gold thing in response to drop gold? Actually, I don't know why it says that, because it was off drop gold, but basically you got these guys coming out like they're like, trying to defend gold. I'm not saying gold is bad. I mean, we use it in electronics, we use it for jewelry. I just like it better as a store of value. I mean, I like Bitcoin as a better store of value than gold. I'm not saying gold isn't useful. I just like Bitcoin better for value transfer, okay? But anyway, they go on to talk about gold is better because they say things like volatility, liquidity, regulatory compliance. Furthermore, gold trades at 150 billion a day. which is 100 times more than Bitcoin. Yeah, well, gold has been around since, 600 BC? We've been using it roughly. So to trade, yeah, Bitcoin's been around 10 years. Give it some time, guys. Give it some time. Also, kudos to Maryland. It looks like the Maryland governor, Larry Hogan, has signed a Senate Bill 136 into law that embraces the use of blockchain technology by amending Maryland's general corporation law. Now, companies can record stock ledgers and accompanying information through distributed electronic networks, including blockchain technology. And as you guys can see right here, somebody took a picture, crypto ATMs appearing in Estonia. There you go, right there. That's good news moving forward. Oh, and side note, I probably should have told you guys in the beginning, but if you are interested if you're going to New York City for Blockchain Week, this is actually all the different events. I went too far. Yeah, there's all these different events you could go to. You know how it is, guys. There's like after parties and all this different stuff. So if you guys are interested, it tells you how much it is to get into it and, the location. So there you guys go if you are interested, all right? So that being said, I do want to say thank you so much to everyone who's been liking, subscribing, and commenting. And no, I did not forget about the Ledger giveaway. So we have to go over here. We have 7 videos last week, so we got to go 1 through 7. Obviously, generate. All right, number 4. So that would be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because Thursday is the 4th day of the week. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Copy this. Come over here. And this is for the ledger. Okay. 370 unique comments. All right, let's go. Let's see. Who is our winner? Drum roll. You, sir, made my Thursday. Doge Thursday. Yes. Ooh, and a ledger would be welcome in my pocket. Well, Costello, you are the lucky winner. You do get the ledger, so congratulations. You basically know what you got to do, right? You either go over here, you can hit me up in the official Telegram group. It's totally free. You can join it. We just talk about crypto all day. If you're not a member already, I'm in there. Or you can send me an email in my about right here. That's my only official email. If anybody tries to hit you up pretending to be me in the comments, that's not me. Those are the only 2 ways to get a hold of me. So that's it for today. That's Monday. Thank you so much for everyone that's been coming back to the channel. Sorry today's video was slightly long. Kind of had a lot of stuff to go over, but that being said, I do want to say thank you so much for everyone that's been liking, subscribing, and commenting. You guys rock. You know you're the reason that I do this every single day. Today is Monday. Let's get it. What's Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin's just doing its thing. That's it for me. My name is K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto and peace out.